Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Classic Radio.
Four years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion. Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated. The drums of war thunder once again.
Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome to Classic Radio. I'm your host, Spicy Icy Volk. Whatever you want to call me. Welcome to episode 1 of Classic Radio. This is the World of Warcraft Vanilla exclusive stream. Thank you all for tuning in. We're here for a very special day. A very eventful day. We're going to be playing a game that I played for years. World of Warcraft. A game that I love very much. And that has a dear place in my heart. So I will be talking a lot about the game exclusively. This will be a 2.5 hour broadcast. We're going to be dissecting everything involving I was going to say Overwatch. World of Warcraft. The game that we're going to be deep diving into. We're going to be heading back home to Azeroth. A very familiar place that I loved for many, many years. World of Warcraft was the game that I perhaps invested the most time in. I put in so many years into it. Now, disclaimer, I will not be... I'm not going to be reading the chat right now. I will be glancing at chat. But for the purpose of this broadcast, I will not be interacting with the chat until later on. So we have a segment called the Mailbox. We're going to be talking about, if you have any questions during that segment later on, leave them for then. But if I don't seem to reply to chat, if I don't somehow react to any alerts, then know that the alerts are still going off, but they don't have any sounds on. So the alerts are going to be muted until we actually play the game on stream tonight. But for the purpose of classic radio, like I said, we're going to be really focused on the content. And so if I'm not interacting with the chat as usual, then don't be surprised. But I will be at the end of the broadcast, towards the end of the stream of this segment of classic radio. But anyway, enough about that. One more thing, if you want to fund the channel, if any of you have any desire to perhaps support the show, consider subscribing, tipping, or even using Patreon. Patreon is another option I have available for anyone that is willing to go above and beyond, or if you prefer using Patreon over Twitch subscriptions, then feel free to use Patreon. Any support is greatly appreciated, and it keeps the stuff running. But anyway, let's get to the point. World of Warcraft is a game that I've played, like I said, for many years. I started playing World of Warcraft when I was around 13. That is also when my father got me the game as a birthday gift. And it was the summer before I started high school when I started playing World of Warcraft. I started in 2004, late 2004. And it was towards the end of summer, and I was playing on a very old computer. It was actually one of those blocky computers, the Office Space type computers, the blocky, bulky monitors. I had one of those. And my computer was in a different room at the time, not in my bedroom. And I remember playing WoW on it a lot, every single day. And it was the game that really sucked me into video games. The precursor to my obsession around video games. And I have met so many people through World of Warcraft. If I had not played World of Warcraft, I perhaps wouldn't have been as social as I am today. And even then, I'm still pretty introverted in social outings. But World of Warcraft is, like I said, a game that has quite a special place in my heart. And I will always keep the physical copies of the game. I have all of the World of Warcraft copies, all of the expansions as physical copies, except for Warlords of Draenor. Right, I have all the physical copies on my bookshelf up until Cataclysm. So that's Vanilla, BC, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm. Those are all the 4 physical boxes I have. And then, when digital copies became the norm in the games industry, that's when I started, that's when I stopped buying the physical copies around Mists of Pandaria, which was about 6-7 years ago. It's been a while. My goodness, it's been nearly 15 years since I've been playing World of Warcraft, and I have never been more excited to go back to Azeroth. Azeroth, the universe that was like a second home for me, a place for me to escape the banalities of real life. As someone who's always been disappointed by the mundane things in life and the people that are constantly doing dumb shit on our goddamn globe, World of Warcraft was a place for me to evade all the inane nonsense in the real world. And for a lot of people, that was definitely the case. People used World of Warcraft was an escape, a way to find the right people in their lives, even if it was for a temporary period of their lives. I've been through different groups of people in World of Warcraft. I didn't quite fit into a group right off the bat. It took me a while to get settled into a guild for hardcore content, but I've met different people, and a lot of them were great. A lot of them are also not in my life anymore. But nevertheless, if it weren't for the people that I had met through World of Warcraft, which is ultimately a video game social experience, being a massive online MMO, if I hadn't met any of the people in there, I would have probably been way worse, mentally speaking. And for a lot of people, video games and World of Warcraft was specifically a game that helped them cope with mental health issues and sort of balance out their negative and unfortunate circumstances. World of Warcraft was perhaps a beacon of light. The only one, perhaps, for a lot of people in their lives. And for me, World of Warcraft was a shining light for me to retain my hope for the world, for the real world. And like I said before, World of Warcraft was the game that essentially made me obsessed about video games. If it weren't for WoW, I would have not been as passionate as I am right now when it comes to reading about video game journalism, wanting to voice act characters, you know, imitate staple characters of different video games. I would have never made this much content on the internet, whether it be YouTube videos in the form of streams or audio blogs. I wouldn't have been this invested if it weren't for World of Warcraft, and for that I am thankful. Despite Blizzard Entertainment's current practices, shady business practices, and somewhat mediocre gaming development currently, I am thankful to the original development team of Blizzard Entertainment and World of Warcraft specifically. And thankfully, we have Jeff Kaplan working for Overwatch, right, as the leading developer of the team. And he used to work on WoW. He was one of the original World of Warcraft developers. So there is a little bit of hope left within the Blizzard team, despite the absolute massive change and shift in the restructuring of the World of Warcraft development team. It is not what it was before, and World of Warcraft is definitely not what it is. It is not what it used to be anymore. And Battle for Azeroth, unfortunately, has been a drag for me, and I unsubscribed from BFA a couple months ago. Battle for Azeroth felt like a chore, and honestly, despite the current state of Blizzard games, especially World of Warcraft, and the way Blizzard has treated some of their video games, closing support for esports of Heroes of the Storm, refusing to make more StarCraft games, leaving us in the dark with Diablo 3, instead revealing a shitty fucking mobile title, going, don't you guys have phones? In 2019, you know, as if nobody had a phone in this day and age. But here we are. And luckily, we are heading back to Azeroth for WoW Vanilla. And with that in mind, we're going back to the past, and the past reminds me of a lot of great things. When I started playing World of Warcraft, that is also around the time when I started discovering YouTube. When I was really invested in a lot of World of Warcraft content creators on YouTube and video game content creators. Content creators such as Total Biscuit, Cynical Brit, one of the most authentic video game journalists that we had, and that we unfortunately lost as of last year. Total Biscuit was one of my greatest inspirations, and perhaps one of the content creators who inspired me, who motivated me to, not in a direct way. I didn't know him personally, but, and I am sad to not have the opportunity to have known him, and now that he's passed away, I will never ever get to meet this person, this phenomenal human being, personality, StarCraft shoutcaster, World of Warcraft radio personality, Total Biscuit, who had quite the journey himself. He went from running his own World of Warcraft radio series to going mainstream in the video game content creation scene, making first impression series on new video game titles, specifically the indie gaming industry. And Total Biscuit has fought for video game ethics for the longest time. He's always done what's right. And for that, we are grateful. And unfortunately, we have lost him last year. And that is why I want to take a minute to celebrate his achievements, his fight for consumer rights in the games industry, and for providing us endless World of Warcraft radio content for years, before even YouTube was a thing. Total Biscuit is not among us, and unfortunately, his death has left a scar in my heart and my soul. And with his passing, I felt a little bit more hopeless about the gaming world and the current state of things, with people ripping off their audiences with Counter-Strike Go lottery practices, with the goddamn Fortnite craze that absolutely took over by storm, that overshadowed a lot of other video games that needed spotlight, with EA and Blizzard doing some questionable shit with loot boxes and canning projects and laying off hundreds of developers. Many companies have laid off developers as if they were replaceable. And that is an insult to video game creators, whether they be content creators or developers. It is unfortunate that people forget so easily. And I hope that people never forget about Total Biscuit. For all of you that do remember Total Biscuit, cynicalbrit.com, I hope that you never forget about the mark that he left in the games industry. And if you've never known him, if you've never heard of him, if you've never watched any of his content, I would strongly recommend you check out his YouTube channel. Even if he's not among us, he is still in our hearts, in my heart at least, and I would want you guys to discover the greatness, the unabashed commentator and journalist that Cynical Brit / Total Biscuit was. And if you want to support him even further, you can go support his wife, Jenna Bain, who is currently still running his long-running podcast, the Co-optional Podcast, which he created originally. Co-optional Podcast, the long-running podcast that featured a lot of different guests in the gaming world and 3 different great hosts, along with himself, Cynical Brit, the leading man. And his wife has now taken up to the show. She is now leading on his legacy in her own way. And if you want to support that, that'll be wonderful. I think you would want that, regardless of whether or not you know him. If I bothered to mention Total Biscuit, it's because I actually really genuinely care. And I'm also hurt that something like cancer would take this great man away. And fuck cancer, for the record. Total Biscuit passed away around the month of May to stage 4 colon cancer. He lost the battle after fighting it for 2 years with many procedures. And with the way American healthcare is, unfortunately, his wife is now indebted. He's been struggling to stay afloat, living in South Korea now, living a completely different life. So if you wanna support her and you believe in karma, if you believe in people that deserve the compassion and empathy for their hard work and their dedication to video games, that I would strongly recommend and urge you to check out twitch.tv/JennaBane, or go to her Twitter. Send her a little bit of love, some compassion for her grief for this man who was her husband and who also worked with her. She helped him with a lot of his accomplishments as not only his wife, but also manager. Total Biscuit played and poured his heart and soul into World of Warcraft for the longest time, and then he eventually he dived into mainstream content, providing so many great first impressions videos on new video games, and he gave so much support to the indie industry. And he also poured in his heart and money into a game called Warframe, a free-to-play game that I played for quite a bit on stream and off stream. Warframe is a game that he put a lot of support into. Even when the developers behind Warframe were struggling, this man was one of the saviors for the game to survive. He's done a lot of great things. And a lot of people hated him for his integrity, for his honesty, his bluntness. And often, unfortunately, he was misunderstood. But never misunderstood by me or any of the people that were always behind his back. And so, with that in mind, I am thankful for having discovered Total Biscuit and Cynical Brit in my life as a video gamer. And I'm thankful to Blizzard for having created World of Warcraft Vanilla, because if it weren't for the game, I wouldn't have discovered this great man who in many ways, inspired me with his talent, his pure talent, his fearlessness, his compassion, which was unfortunately eclipsed by his blunt commentary. People did not see for what he really was until a recent date. And then we lost him. May you rest in peace, Total Biscuit. And I hope that in a certain way that I am carrying on your legacy. Even though I'm also trying to go on my own path. I still have this inkling of you in my soul. In fact, I have a little sticky note, an actual sticky note that I'm holding right now, with his name and a top hat drawn on it as a symbol of him, with a little thank you message on the bottom. And it's a reminder for me every day to remain true to who I am, to who I want to be, and to be sort of fearless about it and unabashed myself, and to not give a single shit about what people think about what I do and how I proceed. And if people don't like a certain thing that I do as far as my content goes or how I commentate, then frankly, they can invest their time and energy elsewhere and find the right person for them. Because I'm not here to please other people. And unfortunately, I have made that mistake for the longest time. And I finally understand why Total Biscuit was as great as he was. Because he was never afraid of wanting to make what he wanted to make. And he always did the right thing. He covered the right content in the gaming world for game ethics, covering indie titles, which deserved spotlight for their great talent, for the developers' great talent. I would have never known about Supergiant Games if it weren't for Total Biscuit, right? Supergiant Games, who made Bastion and Transistor, all these lovely titles with beautiful art. I would have never known about so many different games in the indie world if it weren't for this man, who went above and beyond the World of Warcraft scope. And so, with that said, I would like to once again reiterate that you are all missing out on this man's content. even though he is not within us and making more content, I would again implore you all to check out youtube.com/TotalBiscuit if you want to understand what I'm talking about. And to this day, all of his Blue Please episodes are still archived. Blue Please was his long-running radio World of Warcraft talk show, which he ran on a separate website that was outside of YouTube back in the day. And I unfortunately discovered the website far too late after stumbling upon his Cataclysm beta videos on YouTube. And that's around the time he ended his Blue Please show, unfortunately so. I will be finding the time to set aside some Blue Please watch time on my own time to be reminded, so that I can be reminded of the great days of World of Warcraft and the great days of content creators, of the people who did the right thing, who were fearless in their content creation for what they fought for, versus what we have now today. A lot of clout chasing folks on Twitch and people who kiss each other's asses in fear of being rejected. That's not how we should live life. Not around ego, but around love and passion for the things we truly vibrate with. And I hope you all do the same thing with your own lives, no matter where you are right now in your life. I hope that you find your own happiness and your own truth, and you do so without fear and worry, all while doing the right thing. And that is what I will try to work on that actively every day. And I want to thank Total Biscuit again, one more time, for all the work he did and for his wisdom and his presence as a human being in my life and on this planet. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and play a parody cover. This is Never Gonna Give You Up by Total Biscuit and his parody cover of the song Never Gonna Buff You Up. Just a moment, folks. I need to pull up the song. Hold on. Great little cover, by the way. If only I have a link for it right off the bat. This is the only link that I didn't add on my goddamn Google Docs. I'm so well prepared for this show. Let's go ahead and play this, shall we? All right.
Nothing lamer than pugs. You know they're fools and prone to die. A guild commitment's what I'm thinking of. But all that happened was my app got denied. I just wanna get into the raiding. Wanna see the scrubs get banned. Never gonna buff you up. Always gonna let you down. Rogue is gonna half the town on the first pull. Priest is gonna let you die. Tank is gonna say goodbye. Should've run it with the guild, but they're all full. We've played this dumb game for so long. Their playstyle sucks, but they're too bad to fix it. Inside we both know what's been going on. Blizz nerfed the game so that chimps could play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, you can expect to get flamed. Never gonna buff you up, always gonna let you down. Rogue is gonna half the town on the first pull. Priest is gonna let you die. Tank is gonna say goodbye. Should've run it with the guild, but you're awful. Never gonna buff you up, always gonna let you down. Rogue is gonna half the town on the first pull. Priest is gonna let you die. Tank is gonna say goodbye. Should've run it with the guild, but they're awful. Buff you up,
Buff you up. Yeah.
Never gonna buff, never gonna buff.
Buff you up. Never gonna buff, never gonna buff. Buff you up.
We've played this dumb game for so long. Your playstyle sucks, but you're too bad to fix it. Inside we both know what's been going on. Blizz nerfed the game so that you could play it. I just wanna tell you that you're awesome, but then that would be a lie. Never gonna buff you up, always gonna let you down. Rogue is gonna half the town on the first pull. Priest is gonna let you die. Tanker's gonna say goodbye. Should've run it with a guild, but you're awful. Never gonna buff you up, always gonna let you down. Rogue is gonna half the town on the first pull. Priest is gonna let you die. Tanker's gonna say goodbye. Should've run it with a guild, but they're awful.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Never Gonna Buff You Up by the man, the great man himself, Total Biscuit. Great little cover. It's basically a parody, a little commentary on terrible class balance of, in World of Warcraft, which is something that Blizzard has never really excelled at, despite their great, they're great at marketing, but when it comes to class balance, World of Warcraft and its developers have been consistently terrible at finding the perfect balance. There were always a few classes that were much advantageous over other ones since vanilla up until now. And nowadays, a balance is a little bit better comparatively to those days, but the game balance is never quite perfected and balanced, quote unquote, as people would like. But to celebrate all of Total Biscuit's work one more time, we're going to be playing one more soundtrack. This is a ballad made for Total Biscuit, made a couple years ago by a Spanish guitarist named Charlie Parra del Riego. He was a big fan of Total Biscuit himself, and he also is a content creator, but he always does guitar covers, specifically metal covers, and he is a Spanish native, so we are going to go ahead and play a song of his. This is the ballad for Total Biscuit's WTF series, which was a long-running series of first impressions of video games. Let's go ahead and pull this up, y'all. Shall we? Shall we? And that was a Charlie Para del Riego. Go subscribe to him if you haven't already. If you like metal music, you are not going to miss out. It is worth your time and attention for banging your head. But yes, back to the topic of World of Warcraft, of course, and my time playing the game. Let me put on the music. Let me put on some good old school vanilla WoW music to get the mood going on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Classic Radio. I'm your host, Spicy Icy Volk, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I've nearly finished my cup of coffee. And we are, like I said today, diving back into World of Warcraft. We are heading back home to Azeroth. Let me read you the description of the World of Warcraft physical copy. A world awaits. Descend into the World of Warcraft and join thousands of mighty heroes in an online world of myth, magic, and limitless adventure. Jagged snowy peaks, mountain fortresses, harsh winding canyons, zeppelins flying over smoldering battlefields, epic sieges. An infinity of experiences await. So what are you waiting for? Welcome to World of Warcraft, the game that I played for so long. It is a great MMO. And if you're not big into MMOs, I would strongly urge you to go play WoW Vanilla when it is live in nearly 2 fucking hours. We're going back home, guys. Back to fucking Azeroth. It is going to be great. My heart is going to be sparking and filled with fun times and all sorts of shenanigans. Now, for anyone wondering, for anyone actually planning on playing WoW Vanilla, either today or later this week, we are going to be having some extra servers added. We're going to be getting a couple more North American servers, including European ones. So Blizzard said this earlier this week on their forums, but we are getting a couple servers being launched in about an hour or two, just before the live servers go out, before the floodgates are open. Let me read you the post. I'm gonna pull this up on screen, y'all. Just a moment. Just a moment. So, here's the information for anyone wondering. So today at 1 p.m. They removed the limitation on only creating a total of 3 WoW Classics per WoW account. Now, players will be able to create up to 10 characters per Classic realm for a total of 50 characters across all Classic realms per WoW account. Fantastic. Fucking fantastic. Additionally, at 1 p.m., we open the following new realms in this region. Incendious, PvP Eastern, Bigglesworth, PvP Pacific, Old Blanchy, normal Pacific server, and finally Westfall, a normal Eastern server. So we have 2 East Coast servers, one being normal, the other PvP. We've got Old Blanchy, quite the name there. It's actually the name of a horse in Westfall, I believe. But otherwise, we've got Bigglesworth as well. So 4 new servers are being added. They just got added at 1 p.m. So they're already available. If you want to reserve characters on these servers, go ahead. And finally, as far as the European side goes, we have... did I forget to... darn it. Shit. I got the wrong link for the other one. But yeah, we got a couple... are these the same fucking images? Did I make a grave mistake? Shit. I thought I had 2 different posts on here. Turns out I have both the NA pics. Both of the NA... I have the exact fucking community post going on this slide. And on my Google document. Great. Just fucking great. Now, hold on a second. Let me find the post. Just a moment, folks. I'll fix this shit. All right. No worries. I've got it under control. I've got the shit. Don't worry about it. Da-da-da-dum. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. If only I can find the thing which I need. Chat. Where is my YouTube thing? God fucking damn it. Anyway, so we have... What the hell's going on here? This WoW head link. Anyway, so we've got a couple European servers going on. I'll tell you right now what they are. I'll tell you. I'll fucking tell you about it. So here we go. Flame Lash, Ganling, Mograine, Nether Guard Keep, and Razor Gore. So we have a total of 4 new European PvP servers and 1 normal. If any of you EU folks wanted to know, you've got 1 extra server being added compared to the North American folks here. So y'all are in goddamn luck. No roleplay servers, though. These are all PvP mostly. So for anyone that wanted to have filthy sex on the Goldshire table at the nearest inn, if you wanted to have an orgy with a bunch of night elves, you are not in luck. There are only 1 or 2 roleplay servers. But yes, so EU folks get 5 more servers, with 1 of them being normal. So, new servers are out. If you want to make characters on these servers, feel free. Time to do it now, because world queues are going to be extremely, excruciatingly long. In about 2 hours' time, folks, we are going to be heading back home to Azeroth. Who's excited here? I certainly am. But anyway, moving on to the next topic. Let's talk about add-ons for a second here. Motherfucking add-ons. People wanted. I'm not even kidding you. People were trying to get a Looking for Group add-on installed in WoW Classic. Right? Back in the day, back in Vanilla WoW, Looking for Group features were not a thing. Party Finder was not a thing. People had to actively communicate in the open world to organize groups. People had to put in the effort to meet new people that weren't even part of their guild to create groups for dungeons, right? The social aspect and the community aspect was more tight-knit than ever before back in those days when accessibility for groups was not easy to find. You had to put in the fucking effort. Nowadays, Blizzard is spoon-feeding you with LFG and pestering you with cosmetics for dumb-looking mounts that are $25 fucking dollars. But back in the old days, achievements, a sense of achievement was more important than everything else, and the social community aspect was the key to finding and achieving endgame content goals and progression, right? Nobody would have progressed if they weren't forming groups and actively advertising their groups in trade chat, in the Barrens or Crosswords or Orgrimmar or whatever the fuck, in the deepest parts of Ironforge, if you will. But motherfucking people wanted to have an LFG add-on installed for WoW Classic, because that's totally fair, right? It really doesn't it fucking defeat the whole purpose of WoW Vanilla in the first place? But no. You know what? Blizzard Entertainment actually fucking stood their ground with this. For once, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and read the post about it. Here it is. Here it is. The official statement by one of the community managers. by Bornak. We've been closely following the community discussion around this add-on for WoW Classic, as well as analyzing it to make sure we understand how this works. After careful examination, we believe the nature of Classic LFG, that's the name of the add-on that people are trying to get installed. We believe the nature of Classic LFG is incompatible with our social design for Classic. Thus, in an upcoming patch in the weeks following launch, we will be adding restrictions to the Classic add-on API that will significantly limit this add-on and others like it. Yes! Fucking great! Goddamn filthy casuals, get out of my vanilla experience. Go back to playing Battle for shitters of Azeroth, all right? In line with what we shared at BlizzCon last year, we intend to be very careful about allowing add-on functionality that might undermine aspects of the social dynamics that are core to the Classic experience, even in cases like this where it's clear the add-on author had no ill intent and was simply trying to provide a service to the Classic community. Ultimately, if a streamlined group finding system was something we considered compatible with Classic, we would have kept the modern pre-made group finder tool rather than choosing to remove it from the Classic client. It is difficult to articulate a clear-cut rule for exactly when an add-on crosses the line. However, when an add-on goes beyond presenting information or providing aesthetic customization and attempts to create an interconnected social network that relies on other players also using that same add-on, we are likely to scrutinize it particularly closely. All right, folks. You heard it from Blizzard. They actually stood their fucking ground on this. Thank God. You know, I might hate current Blizzard for certain things, and specifically Activision leader Bobby Kotick for his greedy, scummy, grubby, money-hungry ass. But we still have a couple gems within the developer team at Blizzard, specifically WoW. And so I believe you can still download some of the other add-ons that don't affect the core dynamics. Like, for example, you can download add-ons to change the look of your action bars. Anything that does not affect the core of the game and alter the difficulty of the game is allowed as far as add-ons. So while Blizzard is getting rid of the Classic LFG add-on and banning the API for it within the next few weeks, they are still allowing for other more visual-based add-ons like DBM, right? DBM, which is meant for raiding, gives you alerts on the boss fights, which has been widely utilized by raid groups in Vanilla WoW. And things like LVUI, which essentially revamps the action bars for combat actions and whatnot. But I am very, very glad that Blizzard is standing their ground on the integrity of the vanilla WoW experience. You know, that's kind of like the whole point of going back to vanilla WoW. I don't understand why you would want to bring back the quality of life updates if you didn't want the real authentic experience from back in the day. I mean, if you want, you can still stay up to level 60 in current WoW if that's your thing, if you want to LFG for that. You want to LFG in World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth, you know, go do that. But don't make it unfair for all the other people that want to make it as an authentic experience for themselves, an experience of challenge and great memory and difficulty. And you can cry about it all you want, but this is the way it's going to be. Classic. It's in the word itself. Classic. Vanilla. All right? If you want to normalize my video game to modern standards, get the fuck out. Kindly fuck off. With that, is the point I wanted to make. And so with that, we're going to move forward to the next topic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Classic Radio. I'm your host, Spicy Icy. Here to talk about WoW Vanilla versus WoW Retail. Let's talk about that real quick. WoW Vanilla versus WoW Retail. Now, you want to know my opinion on WoW Retail? I've played Battle for Azeroth for a couple months. It was pretty underwhelming. I did not find Battle for Azeroth quite a particular experience. It was not as memorable as I would have hoped it would be, and Sylvanas is a total disappointment in Battle for Azeroth. What the fuck is she doing? Sylvanas is being shown in cutscenes, cinematics in the game, but never is she present on the fucking on the front of the battlefields in the content. Sylvanas is always chilling in her goddamn boat in Zuldazar, doing nothing, twiddling her damn thumbs, getting her bitch boy undead butler to do things for her, while she sits behind doing what the fuck, who the fuck knows? The lore of WoW has suffered over the years since Wrath of the Lich King, and unfortunately, we've been going on a downward spiral with the quality of the game. And every expansion every expansion of World of Warcraft since Wrath of the Lich King feels like the last expansion, and we're almost hoping that the game doesn't go to complete shit. Right? We're always crossing our fingers, hoping for the best and for things to improve, for the state of the game to improve. But alas, we are kind of at a standstill, especially with Battle for Azeroth, which has been riddled with world quests and a tedious, highly grindy, legendary gear system with the Azerite leveling. Holy crap. Let me shit on that system for a moment. The Azerite system, designed to keep subscribers to play the game, to play a current World of Warcraft that is mediocre in quality, in quality content, forcing people to play to do island expeditions, which are absolutely mundane missions. They are repetitive. They are recycled. World quests are recycled. The accessibility of high-end content with LFG and people just leaving parties left and right has made people not really give a shit about World of Warcraft anymore. People just play it on autopilot mode because of all this grindy, unsubstantial content. Whereas with WoW Vanilla, you had a sense of achievement. People would actively form social groups and go above and beyond to help each other out. Now we don't have that sense of community anymore. People always want to compete, right? With guilds like Method, who are always on top, clearing mythic content on, the first week. Players of World of Warcraft nowadays are more concerned about outclassing each other and kind of like proving to each other who is the best player, right? But they don't do so with genuine passion or care for the game at this point. And people constantly check character gear sheets, kicking people based on their item level versus their actual play skill and in-game experience, right? And how do people actually get to obtain great gear if they don't get to be invited into these hard game end game encounters in the first place? And that's where WoW Vanilla comes into mind, right? A true sense of community where people group up and they help each other out. They get competent players to clear content even when they don't have the best gear on a given day or a period of time, right? People are working collaboratively to become the best rather than replacing guildies left and right and kicking people, making them feel like replaceable trash. Whereas with Vanilla WoW, people had a tight-knit social group. People regularly got on their voice chat software like Mumble, Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, which are all the good old high quality voice channels, right, for people to communicate on. Back when WoW didn't have built-in voice chat, back when Discord was not a thing, people utilized Ventrilo, Mumble, Skype, even later, a couple of years later, right? We did not have Discord. And so people went out of their way above and beyond to communicate with their guildies, with their mates, with their squad, if you want to call them that. Fucking squads, man. I hate that word. I hate anything Battle Royale related at this point. I'm sick of it. As someone who's played Apex Legends and enjoyed that, I'm even sick of hearing the world Battle Royale and squads. And so I will try my best to keep calling groups, social groups, guilds. And World of Warcraft Vanilla had a great sense of community. Even when there was a bit of toxicity, the toxicity is nowhere near as bad as it is right now in Battle for Azeroth, where people are always talking shit about each other, about other guilds, and not really putting in the effort to focus on their own fucking shit and to help out their teammates. They're sort of like in their little bubble in their cliques, right? Rather than being open-minded or having a stable foundation for their guilds. It is not. WoW BFA is not what WoW Vanilla is, and it is the opposite of the spectrum. And the ironic part about it is, you know, like if you look at the logo right now of WoW BFA, it looks pretty bleak, right? Compared to the vibrant logo that is WoW Vanilla. Kind of a symbolic comparison here, right? WoW Vanilla was vibrant because it had a living, breathing world of people who cared enough to get on every day for a consistent amount of hours to take on quality content that mattered, that had substance to it, that wasn't repetitive, and that took time to complete, right? Nowadays, content in World of Warcraft takes so much less time to complete. It is so accessible, and the bar of difficulty has been lowered for the massive video game player base, right? Instead of catering to people that like challenge and difficulty, Blizzard Entertainment unfortunately has different priorities as far as game development goes and game design, right? And that in part is because of the Blizzard team being completely different. The majority of the developers working on WoW now are totally new. They're people that have been migrating from different video game companies, and they don't have that same ideal or moral compass that the original WoW devs had in mind back in those days. And some of the people that used to work on WoW are now working on other video games at Blizzard, like, for example, Jeff at Overwatch, who, you know, actively makes an effort to, you know, improve certain parts of the game, even though the game isn't perfect. Overwatch is still, you know, a work in progress, and there are things improving despite certain things being not as great. The fact of the matter is Jeff Kaplan, as a developer, has always had great intentions. And he is actually one of the few people who originally created the World of Warcraft guild system, right? The core of the MMO social aspect of WoW. MMO being massive multiplayer online, right? With the RPG elements added into it. But World of Warcraft Vanilla it felt like a grand experience, whereas WoW BFA is more like a glitzy, glamorous, nonsensical, and vain adventure that is sort of dragging on and kind of looking for new plot points that don't really matter, that don't really keep people on on their toes, on their edges of their seat. With vanilla WoW, you had that sense of mystery, right? The story was there, but you had to actually work for the answers of the storyline, right? The story was tied directly to a lot of the content, a lot of the endgame content. Like, it was all tied into one interwoven tapestry of creativity. With Battle for Azeroth, it's all disjointed. It's separated. It feels... it does not feel as if it were a flowing experience. It's just all over the place. And the art, like I said, the graphics and the art and the character design of Battle for Azeroth are great. The artistic design of Battle for Azeroth is wonderful. But unfortunately, aesthetics and graphics are not everything. They are just the icing on the cake. And without the cake, you don't have a delicious dessert. You have an empty plate of sadness and salt and tears. That's what BFA is. It's just icing on the fucking plate that is melting. Because subscriber numbers are dwindling. And WoW BFA has lost numbers progressively, and people are talking constantly about how Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers is a far better experience than this game, with the game providing consistent content, hard content of different variants. And the story of Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers excels in every way, shape, or form, and it surpasses Battle for Azeroth by a landslide. And unfortunately, because of the developer team being restructured and changed over time drastically for World of Warcraft, things are not going to be progressing in the same way. And instead of you know, the expansion being better, far better than WoW Vanilla or Classic as an experience, it's been the opposite way, right? Wrath of the Lich King was perhaps the peak of the game, the climax, with lots of people looking forward to the Arthas Menethil Lich King story arc ending and the culmination of the Ice Crown Citadel invasion. But nowadays, the antagonists and the conflicts in current World of Warcraft era are not compelling. They are not subtle, and they're very one-dimensional, and they lack the flawed complexities of all the grays within the black and the white, which is what Final Fantasy XIV does really well in its story and game progression. And Vanilla had that. Vanilla had that in a certain way, and the story was not completely out there for you to read unless you were involved in all of the PvE content. And World of Warcraft Vanilla felt like a vibrant mystery that you had to unravel and put in the time and the effort and the heart into it, whereas with World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth, it's all at your disposal, on the table. You are constantly spoon-fed with grindy content that is eating up your time, just so that the shareholders at Activision are satisfied, right? The design choices made by the developers at World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth are specifically made because their shareholders putting the pressure on them to design the game in a certain way that keeps subscribers locked into an inane experience that feels like a prison. Right? People are being forced into taking on chores rather than being motivated to take on challenges, which was what Vanilla was all about back in the day. And so with that in mind, I'm really excited to go back to WoW Vanilla with Classic. I can't wait to pour in the time and the effort and the sweat, blood, and tears into a journey that's really going to matter, hopefully, and will test the threads of fate and time and I've had a great past with World of Warcraft. And this leads into my next slide, which is nostalgia. Nostalgia with World of Warcraft and my past with it. As I was saying earlier, World of Warcraft was the game that made me who I am today, as far as, you know, being a passionate fan of video games and someone who is avid about game development and new game titles. World of Warcraft was practically a second life for me, right? I always play the game in the evening hours after school. Every day after high school, I would be excited to get on and escape into World of Warcraft, right? It reminded me of the spark in my world, and it reminded me of great creativity, which I've always had. I've always had a wide imagination, and I've always enjoyed listening to music, reading stories, creating stories in my mind, and sort of with, you know, I played a lot with figurines when I was a kid. I had different Pokemons and action figurines and little plastic cars, and I used to create storylines and scenarios with those a lot. When I was a kid, I was very by myself. I didn't go out a lot. And I had a very expansive mind back then, always imagining storylines and battles with these figurines I had. And dialogues and worlds. And so to be able to be part of a world of fantasy that I couldn't have possibly imagined, it wowed me. And it felt great to be in a world where I could sort of lose myself in there and not have to think too much on it, but also, you know, it was sort of like it was satisfying. World of Warcraft satisfied my five senses of exploration and being out there doing things, right? Because as an introverted kid, I didn't do a whole lot. My confidence was not that great. I was not particularly social. I wanted to do things on my own, always being highly independent. And so World of Warcraft taught me how to be social, how to be collaborative with other people, other players. And I could get along with other people because I didn't judge them for how they looked. You know, even though I am open-minded and I live in a multicultural society here in East Canada, I had a tendency to judge people by how they looked and how they dressed and what their status was. And with World of Warcraft, you didn't really have to care about that. You could get on and talk to people, and it was all about the voice and their personality and how they were as a human being, as a soul being. And so World of Warcraft taught me how to open my mind even further than I was, right? I was already open-minded, and thank God I've lived my life in Canada in a multicultural society. But World of Warcraft taught me to sort of be unafraid of my weirdness in a certain way, even though I was still quite shy in a certain way. I did, you know, get out of my shell and socialize in game. And I might have not been as confident as I am now, especially this week. But World of Warcraft taught me so many great things that I sort of could apply gradually over the years into my life in the reality. And, you know, to this day, I'm still introverted and very much independent and on my own in a certain way. But I'm learning every day to get out of my comfort zone. And World of Warcraft helped me with that because it was a comfortable universe, a comfortable experience and environment. But in a certain way, the actions, the in-game actions and things with the social experience pushed me to get out of my comfort zone. It was a comfortable and easy. I eased into the things I needed to work on myself as a person with this game. And Vanilla WoW has had so many great experiences for me personally. I've always been motivated to play the game. Every day I would look forward to playing it at night. You know, every day. High school was a bit of a drag for me. Personally, I was a bit uninterested with school. I did well in school. I was not an exceptional student. I didn't have, you know, the best marks every semester, but I did fairly well, above the average. But the fact of the matter is, school was always a bit of a drag for me because it was too structured and it was mundane, and it felt like, you know, people were there to not really study too, and observing the teachers and the students made me realize that people live at a very low sense of awareness, right? And so with WoW, I felt the spark of hope and creativity resurface, and it felt like an authentic world full of people that were themselves and unafraid. Like I said, people were, you know, using slurs and whatnot, and, you know, there were a bunch of bad apples in there. People were quite toxic. Inappropriate jokes were far more relevant back then. But at the end of the day, it felt like a closer circle of people who got along in a certain way, and people didn't judge each other based on, like I said, what they looked or how they seem, but rather how they act and how they communicate. And, you know, conflict is also a part of World of Warcraft with the faction system, with the Horde and the Alliance. You cannot escape the conflict. And the conflict could always occur within a guild on the same faction as well. Disagreements were a thing, right? People fighting over loot drops from certain bosses. There was always some kind of eventuality or bad occurrence, and you had to talk it out with the officers in the guild. You had to resolve the solution, the situation, diffuse it in a certain way, go to a private voice channel maybe with the guild leader, so on and so forth. But with that also came a lot of great moments. And pain always walks with happiness. Sorrow and joy walk hand in hand in World of Warcraft. But it happens in a lighthearted manner, and at the same time at a very meaningful level. And World of Warcraft is a very expansive world. It was an experience for me that was fully rounded. You know, I might have not done a lot of PvP back in the day as I would have liked. I was more of a PvE player more than anything else, hence why I actually played on a PvE server. I never played PvP. And today I will be playing on a PvP server on stream, so we will be doing things differently. And World of Warcraft was a fully rounded experience full of vibrance and light and shadow as well, but, you know, it was a memorable period of my life, and it helped me cope with the banality of life and the mundane things and all the shit that doesn't matter that people talk about in their small talk. World of Warcraft was a gem in my life that I could lean on, that I could fall back to, you know, whenever I had a hard day of philosophizing, thinking about the world and the lack of hope within the world. And so I had a great time with WoW. It is and will always have a special place in my heart and my memory, and it will remind me to keep being excited about not only old video games, but new video games and new game developments. And, you know, my passion, my fire, my desire to be involved in video games. It is the video game that I spent the most time playing. Hands down. I've played it for 15 years. Since I was 13, I'm 26 now. Oh wait, that's 13 years? I can't do math. I'm bad at math. I've always been bad at math in high school. Never mind that. Let's not talk about it. But, a lot of people are arguing whether or not World of Warcraft is going to last, and if it's going to stand the test of time, right? there's a lot of excitement happening today specifically, and over the last few weeks, there's been a lot of conversations around World of Warcraft Vanilla and how it's going to feel like, and whether or not it will last for more than a month or several months, right? You know, we're going to have a huge peak in viewership around the game. Hands down, it is going to happen. People are going to collectively get back to the game. It might not be number one on the Twitch directory. Nobody knows for sure. But it will be trending. More than ever, perhaps. And with that comes longevity in mind. And people are wondering whether or not World of Warcraft Vanilla Classic will be played for the next year or two, right? Which is what people are expecting, but unfortunately, with the way current things are, with the way people are treating video games as a more of a product rather than a long-term experience, unfortunately, there is a very little chance that WoW Vanilla Classic will last, unless the community, the foundation, and the veterans of WoW Vanilla come back to revitalize the spark and the passion that we used to have for this game. And and the goal as well in maintaining the longevity of WoW Classic would be to also stay open-minded with the new generation of video gamers, right? There are a lot of new kids out there who are playing video games, and maybe they are playing far more video games than we have back in our lives, right? With the diversity of video games in the games industry, we have so many more video games that we didn't have back in the day, that we all wish we would have. But kids these days have so many more titles to discover, and they are perhaps playing for longer hours than we are, but they might not be interested in the current, in the old school genre of video games, right? MMOs are a very hard a set of games to maintain. Nowadays, the MMO industry is stale. It unfortunately is barely surviving, with only a few titles taking the limelight, with Final Fantasy Shadowbringers, World of Warcraft, maybe RuneScape, right? Guild Wars here and there, but you know, we're getting to the point where people are more excited about action adventures and action-packed video games, right? They want everything consumed now. They want excitement now. Within a few minutes, people are feeling entitled. People are less patient nowadays, and they're wanting to get that stimuli at 200% for a short amount of time. World of Warcraft is not that at all, especially Vanilla WoW. Vanilla WoW is meant to be sort of like this bitter diner coffee that you take the time to finish. You eat it's like a good fucking waffle. You know, like a great dessert that's been baked and cooked over hours, and you take the time to consume that product. Right, you digest the experience in its entirety, rather than burning yourself out, wanting to be up to date with the latest trends in video games, and you know, being afraid of missing out. World of Warcraft Vanilla Classic is not going to be about that at all. And if people are not willing to dedicate the time and to set aside the passion and the heart for it with the time needed, and they're probably not going to stick around for long, because levels 1 through 60 are one hell of a journey. It is not an experience that is meant to be rushed, but unfortunately, with the way, you know, excitement is building up around WoW Vanilla, and with a lot of streamers playing World of Warcraft and successfully skyrocketing their viewership with WoW over time, their audiences for a lot of these big boys, these big names on World of Warcraft, they are feeling the pressure of burning through all the content, right? Their audiences are expecting them to go through everything within the first week, which is not what... I don't think WoW Classic is intended to be digested in that way, but unfortunately, that is a potential occurrence, right? People might burn themselves out within the first week, let alone the first month. And then they'll go back to the same old mundane BFA. And I hope that I still have interest for WoW Classic, you know, beyond the first month. I don't even know if I'll be able to maintain my subscription for it due to financial constraints. And that is another topic that I'll leave for another day, maybe. But, you know, at this point, I'm really going to take my time with WoW Vanilla. And, you know, like, a lot of people are going to feel like they need to compete with other content creators and streamers and even players. You don't even have to be a content creator to feel the pressure of wanting to be level 60 within the first week. But a lot of people, because they're talking constantly about the game and talking about who's going to be first and whatnot, a lot of players are going to feel their ego tested, right? People are going to feel like they're not going to be good enough if they don't get up there. But there is no point in doing that. You've already got WoW BFA. You can, like, the best of the best are already in the current expansion, right? That's for those kind of players, right? And you do not have to play the game that way. And honestly, World of Warcraft was never designed in a way for people to consume the game within the first month, right? People don't play MMOs for more than 8 hours at most. And that's absolutely absurd to dedicate that much time into one single video game when there's so many other video games. At a certain point, you have to have balance in your life, right? And you can, like, I'm not saying that there is, you know, people playing World of Warcraft a lot, right? You can play World of Warcraft quite a fair amount. You can have that passion for the game. You can be dedicated to the game, but not at the detriment of your own health and sanity and inner peace, right? Not at the sacrifice of your inner peace, right? Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to set some time to rest and to recollect yourself and to, you know, get back into the game without feeling pressured to be number one. Or to be like the number one clearing guild to get that server first title, right? You can get that server first title without feeling the pressure and let it happen naturally. But some people are always going to go against the grain of what is natural. And unfortunately, they're going to burn themselves out. They're going to burn that candle of inspiration and passion for WoW in the long run. Because their ego is taking over their mind and worrying about whether or not they're going to be relevant, right? And this is especially the case for a lot of streamers and content creators who are going to be doing marathons most likely tonight. They're going to be doing 12, 24-hour marathons, maybe above and beyond that, going up to 72 hours, which is absolutely dangerous for your health. Pace yourself. Pace your fucking self while playing WoW Vanilla. For the love of God, it is a journey. It is not a race. And if you wanna have a race with it, so be it. But as long as you are checking yourself, you take a break here and there, you know, like digest the game, but don't have that anxiety or pressure, you know, relax. Have fun with it, I guess is my point. And don't ruin that nostalgic fun, all right? Because of other people and their expectations of you and, you know, like fear of missing out. Like, don't worry about all that shit. You can make new friends too, by the way. You don't have to exclusively play with your friends on a specific vanilla server, right? And if they're not okay with that, maybe they weren't meant to be in your life in the first place. Like, just tell them, let them know that you want to have fun with the game too. So my point is, you know, nostalgia's great, but don't ruin that. Don't fucking ruin that with pressuring yourself to play every day and at a specific amount of time, getting on at a specific hour of the day. So, you know, and with that in mind, if you have that sort of healthy mentality with the game, then World of Warcraft Classic will definitely last. At this point, you know, like the burnout, if people burn themselves out with the game, then they will potentially ruin the longevity of World of Warcraft Classic. They will be responsible for the community as a collective because so many people are pressuring themselves to have a race with WoW Classic. So be gentle with the journey of WoW and going back to Azeroth, right? It's going to be exciting either way. It'll be a new perspective. You know, while we are going back to a familiar place, it will be an alternate journey and experience overall because we are older. We are older now than we were back in the day. When I started playing WoW, I was 13. I had a different mind. I was not an adult. I had a different perspective and I had a different mindset. And now that I'm feeling better than ever, now that I'm an adult, you know, I can finally do the things that I missed out on when I played WoW Vanilla that I didn't work for. Like, I have a different set of experiences with not only World of Warcraft, but with video games overall. I have so much experience with MMOs at this point, having played Terra Online, Eve. I've played MapleStory. Yeah, fucking MapleStory. I've played, God, I can't think of other MMOs right now, but I've played a wide variety of MMOs and online games. And with that all up in my, you know, I have all of that experience up my sleeve, so I am well prepared for what WoW Vanilla has for me. And I have not actually done all of World of Warcraft Vanilla's content. I haven't done Upper Blackrock Spire. I've never done Naxxramas 40 Man. I've never done Zul'Gurub. I actually missed out a lot on the endgame PvE. As someone who played at a very young age, I didn't have that same experience and mindset and hardcore experience or mentality or habit around playing video games. I was new to MMOs. It was a journey. For me back then, it was great because I took the time to immerse myself in World of Warcraft. And I still intend on doing that, but with a different experience overall. And I'll be discovering things that I hadn't done before because I'll be approaching the game slightly differently, but with that same good old school sense of passion of exploration, world exploration, and that little bit of role-playing with creating the character and all while socializing with like-minded video gamers that are hopefully not going to be toxic, but, you know, like, things are going to be different. With this rediscovery of WoW Vanilla, it is going to be a different experience, but hopefully it will have the same roots from the good old days. And with that, I will end my rant on WoW Classic and nostalgia and people playing it the wrong way. We are going to be heading over for a fun part of the stream now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to check out some World of Warcraft memes with this segment called... Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. I've got a great fucking segment coming up. Murloc Madness. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Another one. And another one. We're gonna be having some fun now, y'all. So I've got a lot of videos, memes, and shit posts. This is gonna be kind of a long part of this, but hopefully it will be well and worth it. And I want to have some fun too. So we're going to be checking out a bunch of videos that I've compiled that I found on YouTube. A lot of them are videos I watched back in the day. And to start it off appropriately, we have a video of a baby reacting to a Murloc imitation. All right. I will be reading the chat towards the end of the stream. So if you want to save any questions for an FAQ section, we do have an FAQ coming up called the mailbox. So I will set aside 5 to 10 minutes to respond to comments, questions about World of Warcraft Classic and anything World of Warcraft related. So if you want to save any question for that part of the stream, keep them in mind. And I will be thanking everyone who has either subscribed or supported the show so far in any way, shape, or form above and beyond with tipping and whatnot. But let's head into the Murloc Madness segment now with this video, this lovely video that I shall open right about now. Hold on a second. Just a moment, please. Just a moment, please. Oh. So here's a mother imitating a baby Murloc to her baby son. Murlocs are, by the way, amphibian humanoids in World of Warcraft. They are sort of like the comical relief of World of Warcraft monsters. They are usually found near beaches, and they have their own population of their own tribe in a certain way, and they've always been present in most World of Warcraft expansions and in base vanilla. So here is a fun, lighthearted video. That part at the end with the sneeze is quite the relief. Moving on with our next video is from BlizzCon 2013 with a panel that was held for World of Warcraft. This one's titled "You Think You Do, But You Don't." So someone in the audience was standing in line for a Q&A session, and they asked whether or not legacy servers would ever be brought back. This was back in 2013, by the way. But people were already questioning whether or not Blizzard would bring back World of Warcraft Vanilla. And this answer was not too appropriate, but this is from their vice president of the Blizzard WoW team back in the day. So here goes.
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
Poor guy is a little nervous.
And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't. Remember when you had to spam cities and say, need a tank, need a tank, need a tank during the Burning Crusade days? You don't remember that because now you just push a button that says go to the dungeon. You don't want to do that. Remember that one bug that really pissed you off that we fixed 2 years ago? Still there in the past.
What a fucking prick, dude. The funniest part about it is he was actually the one that announced that WoW Classic would be coming along the way. So that's karma for you. But I'd imagine this guy would get along with Bobby Kotick. J. Allen Brack, this was the dude who answered, the vice president at the time, and he's working now as a president of Blizzard, unfortunately. So he's working with the devil, the demon with the devil. And honestly, I don't know what to think of Blizzard Entertainment at this point. But here's a fun video of Hitler getting his World of Warcraft account banned in this parody video of the Downfall movie from 2004. Sorry, y'all. Here goes.
Dem Feind gelungen, die Front in breiter Formation zu durchbrechen. Im Süden hat der Gegner Zossen genommen und stößt auf Stahnsdorf vor. Der Feind operiert jetzt am nördlichen Stadtrand zwischen Frohnau und Pankow und im Osten ist der Feind bis zur Linie Lichtenberg, Marsdorf, Karlshorst gelangt.
Mit dem Angriff Steiners wird das alles in Ordnung kommen.
Mein Führer, Steiner konnte nicht genügend Kräfte für einen Angriff massieren. Der Angriff Steiner ist nicht erfolgt.
His fucking epics are gone. His damn epics. He's gonna rage. Oh, he's gonna definitely go ahead and make a pterodactyl sound now. Wait for it. Oh no. The toxicity in him. The salt.
Es bleiben im Raum Keitel, Jodel, Krebs und Burgdorf.
Oh man. That's no fun. All the guild members leaving, being kicked out.
Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl! Wer sind Sie, dass Sie es wagen, sich meinen Befehl zu widersetzen? So weit ist das also gekommen.
Yeah, probably an incompetent alliance guild. Yeah.
Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen...
Feiglinge! Verreiter Versager!
Mein Führer, was Sie da sagen, ist ungeheuerlich.
Die Generalität ist das Geschmeiß des deutschen Volkes. Sie ist ohne Ehre! Sie nennen sich Generale, weil Sie Jahre auf Militärakademien zugebracht haben, nur um zu lernen, wie man Messer und Gabel hält. Jahrelang hat das Militär meine Aktionen nur behindert. Es hat mir jeden nur gegen Widerstand in den Weg gelegt. Ich hätte gut daran getan, von Jahren alle höheren Offiziere liquidieren zu lassen, wie Stalin. Ich war nie auf einer Akademie. Und doch habe ich allein auf mich gestellt, ganz Europa erobert. Verräter! Von allem Anfang an bin ich so verraten und betrogen worden. Es wurde ein ungeheurer Verrat geübt am deutschen Volke. Aber alle diese Verräter werden bezahlen. Mit ihrem eigenen Blut werden sie bezahlen. Sie werden das saufen in ihrem eigenen Blut.
Bitte gerne. Jetzt beruhig dich doch.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Her brother, is he high leveled enough? What's his eye level at?
Es ist unmöglich, unter diesen Umständen zu führen. Es ist aus.
It's over, man.
Der Krieg.
He needs more Monster or Red Bull. Red Bull is better than Monster, in my opinion, but it's kind of a side note.
Aber wenn Sie mir dann glauben, dass ich deswegen Berlin verlasse, irren Sie sich gewaltig. Eher jag ich mir eine Kugel durch den Kopf.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tun Sie, was Sie wollen.
Fucking hackers, DDoS hackers and whatnot. Welp. That, yep. Even then, Hitler played WoW Vanilla back in the day, being a toxic video gamer. Toxicity was still relevant back then. And on the topic of toxicity, here's another video, an actual occurrence, not a fake parody video, but this is someone getting mad over people, getting Daenerys Targaryen mad, angering her little, draconic whelps. With this 50 DKP minus old school video. This is back in the day, when toxic gaming has still been a thing for nearly 2 decades. Here's a lovely raid leader who was unleashing his fury onto his raid mates in this Onyxia encounter. Here we go.
Odd groups go to left, even groups go to right. That means 1, 3, 5, 7 left, 2, 4, 6, 8 right. 7 and 8 are whelp groups. Okay, listen the fuck up. You are going to DPS very, very slowly.
Very slowly, remember.
Now. And by slowly, I mean fucking slow.
Fucking slowly, okay?
If you get aggro, it means you're going to lose 50 DKP because you didn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, all right.
And watch the fucking tail.
Whoa.
If you get kicked into the whelps, you lose 50 DKP again.
50
for not
DKP
being where
again.
the fuck you were supposed to be.
This guy spoke like
there is no aggro
a certain
reset.
streamer back in the day. Again.
There's some shit about an aggro reset when people don't know how to manage their aggro. After 2 thunders, you can basically start doing damage to it, assuming you know how aggro works and you don't over-aggro. Okay, nuke it, dot it, help the whelp groups. When it's in phase 2, nuke it as hard as possible. You want to get it down as fast as possible. Have dots up on every time.
Get it down.
2 rows, shadow word paints, warlock curses, rends, everything. I don't see enough dots. More dots
More
now.
dots. More fucking dots.
Come on, more DPS.
More DPS.
Hit it like you mean it.
Yeah, hit it like you mean
You'll
it
get
in the
time
back.
to rest in phase 3 while I'm getting the aggro. Remember, save all your aggro reducing abilities for when it lands. That means feign death, vanish, fucking fade, anything that you can use to reset aggro. At 40%, you will stop dots. Until then, you will throw more dots. Throw more dots, more dots, more dots. Come on, more dots.
More dots. Got it?
Okay, stop dots. Now hit it very hard and very fast. Lee, run to the center. Mogris, run to the center. Foresight, run to the center. Sarp, run to the center. Isis, run to the center. Whatever the fuck you do, do not stand next to other people.
Well, shit.
Mogris, center. Just heal me. Lee, do not go away from the head, Lee. Go away. Okay, DPS, slowly. Come here, you fucking cunt.
Whoa!
Touch the tail.
Well, crushing was fair and serious.
Who the fuck was that? Crush him! What the fuck? Whelps, left side, even side, many whelps.
Many
now
whelps.
Handle it. Fuck! That's a fucking 50 DKP minus.
Not my points.
What the fuck was that?
Not
shit?
my points.
If you stand in the right fucking place, there is no way you are going to fucking get into the goddamn whelps, whatever fucking fear, tail swipe, whatever the fuck. Okay? It's
Okay.
like 1 in a fucking million.
Yep.
From the fucking north corner to the middle into the fucking whelp cave,
Uh-huh.
it's not even fucking remotely imaginable.
Yep, there you go. It's like looking for Waldo in that sea of dots. But yeah, so toxicity was still a thing back in the day, decades ago, right? If you thought people weren't mean back then, oh, they were far worse, using the N-word profusely and other unacceptable language. DKP points, by the way, for anyone that is interested, are so DKP points back in the day was a semi-formal score system, and they were utilized by hardcore guilds for raiders to use points on things like rare loot drops. So people could choose to run a different system that was outside of the game. And so with the way things worked back then, guild leaders could be the loot master, so they would control how loot was distributed. And with that, the dragon kill point system came into mind, with people sort of accumulating those points after, depending on the bosses they killed, the things they did in encounters, and they could save those points for the next raid runs and hoard those points for, whenever the right loot drop that they wanted, right? Because loot drops were very scarce back in the day. They were quite rare, so a DKP point system was something that people created for World of Warcraft, which was not within the game. It was sort of a formal system utilized by originally EverQuest players, and they sort of transferred that system over to World of Warcraft as well. But that is not a thing anymore. DKP is sort of like an archaic system. It's in the past. People usually use the updated loot system in WoW nowadays, and things have been better on the loot system, sort of, kind of. But anyway, we are now going to be watching some machinima for this next part of Murloc Madness. Here's a lovely machinima. Machinima where video game animations produced back in the day with, the in-game graphics A lot of people on YouTube around 2009 made animations of World of Warcraft, and that was absolutely popular. Like, it was one of the top viewed gaming content on YouTube years ago. And Machinima comes into mind when we talk about World of Warcraft. And here's one of my favorite machinimas. Machinima, for the record, stands for machine and cinema. So there is the etymology behind it. It is sort of like cinematic work production that was made by video game enthusiasts of WoW. And a lot of this stuff was quite popular back then, before all this Fortnite craze that you kids are well familiar with. So here is a machinima of a rogue infiltrating Stormwind Keep. It's got a really cool Japanese pop song playing in the background. Honestly, this is probably like Valir Sanguinar trying to kill Onyxia. This is what I think. It's sort of like an infiltration to kill the corrupt power. And this is sort of relating to the DKP minus video. Oh God, sorry. I don't know why YouTube auto plays sound music, but this is a really cool machinima. This one's really underrated. It's by Perculia. And this is one of my absolute favorites. Not a lot of people know about this one, but I don't remember how I stumbled upon this machinima. It's just really fucking cool. And I think it's making me fall in love with rogues even more. And I'm going to be rolling a rogue, actually. For anyone wondering, I will be playing a rogue on WoW Vanilla today. So that is the plan. And to celebrate that, here is a machinima of a rogue fighting off Alliance Filth. So fucking rad. this part is so fucking cool. Woo! Yeah. Oh, that's so sexy, man. Fuck yeah. Hide and seek. Hide and seek. Hide and seek. Hide and seek. And that's Machinima of Valir Sanguinar invading Stormwind to kill Onyxia, to try an attempt to kill Onyxia, who was actually an enemy to her friend Anduin Rin at the time, which is what I assume the video is trying to depict. But it's a really cool Machinima. Like I said, you can check it out on YouTube. If you wanted a link here, I'll provide it in the chat. The song behind the video is by Nami Amuro, Japanese pop artist. The song name is Hide and Seek. Moving on to World of Warcraft animated celebrations. These next two clips are actually two clips from an episode of South Park. For anyone that is a big fan of comedy series, South Park, is absolutely one of my favorite series. I grew up watching South Park. What the fuck am I talking about? South Park is a fun, very crude, and kind of absurd comedy series. And in this episode called "Make Love Not Warcraft," we have the cast of South Park. Kyle, Cartman, and company are playing World of Warcraft. And this is actually the only Machinima animated South Park episode. They actually delayed the production on this episode due to the fact that Machinima was heavily utilized, which was something that the creators behind the show were not very familiar with. And here is Randy, Dad Randy, playing South Park at work in this 45-second clip of Make Love Not Warcraft.
Randy, you're working on that sediment analysis?
Not now, Nelson. I just joined a big party of night elves and we're going to explore the Tower of Azora together.
Is that a computer game?
No, Artard. It's an MMORPG. These are real people I'm playing with, see? I'm a hunter, level 2. I can chat with all these other people. I can even wave to this guy, see? Hello. In the outside world, I am a simple geologist. But in here, I am Falcorn, defender of the Alliance. I've braved the Fargo Deep Mine, defeated the Bloodfish at Jared's Landing.
Looks like that guy just killed you.
What? Why? Why?
Fucking wrecked. Fucking wrecked. That's right. And welcome back for more Murloc madness, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go ahead and play another clip from Make Love Not Warcraft. In this clip, we have Cartman requiring some Bengay. Or actually, one of the teammates has carpal tunnel, and they require some goddamn medicinal cream for their hand pain. For they have played far too much World of Warcraft. All right.
Kyle, fire spam! Kyle? Kyle! Dude, what's wrong? Carpal tunnel! Carpal tunnel! It's... Oh, Jesus, he's got it bad. Quick, we need Ben Gang! Hurry, dude! I've got it fast as I can!
Even then, those kids were fat incels, apparently. Believe it or not, fat incels were also a thing in the South Park. Moving on to our next video. This is another Machinima titled "The Internet is for Porn." The song from the Machinima is actually from the musical comedy Broadway show in America called Avenue Q, which was a big pretty popular comedy Broadway show that toured around America in the 2003 to 2009 era. But this is a machinima of the song itself, kind of a parody too, titled "Wow, the Internet is for Porn."
The internet is really, really great.
For porn.
I got a fast connection so I don't have to wait.
For porn.
What? There's always some new site.
For porn.
I browse all day and night.
For porn.
It's like I'm surfing at the speed of light.
For porn.
Trekkie.
The internet is for porn.
Trekkie.
The internet is for porn.
What are you doing?
Why you think the net was born? Porn, porn, porn.
Trekkie.
Oh, hello, Kid Monster.
You are ruining my song.
Oh, me sorry, me no mean to.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, please being quiet for a minute so I can finish.
Okie dokie.
Good. I'm glad we have this new technology.
For porn.
Which gives us untold opportunity.
For porn.
Sorry.
From your own desktop.
For porn.
You can research, browse, and shop until you've had enough and you're ready to stop.
For porn. The internet is for porn. The internet is for porn.
Me up all night hugging me horn to porn, porn, porn.
That's gross. You're a pervert.
Ah, sticks and stones, Kate Monster.
No, really, you're a pervert. Normal people don't sit at home and look at porn on the internet.
Yeah, chat. Y'all are normal, right?
Have no idea. Ready, normal people?
Ready.
Ready?
Ready.
Let me hear it.
The internet is for porn.
For porn.
The internet is for porn. I masturbate.
All these guys unzip their flies for porn, porn.
The internet is not for porn.
Porn,
Hold on a second.
Wow.
Now, I happen to know for a fact that you, Rod, check your portfolio and trade stocks online.
That's correct.
And Brian, you buy things on Amazon.com.
Amazon.
And Gary, you
Back when Twitch
keep
Prime wasn't a
selling
thing.
your possessions on eBay.
Yes, I do.
And Princeton, you sent me that sweet online birthday card.
True.
Oh, but Kate, what you think he do after?
Yeah.
Ew!
The internet is for porn.
Gross!
The internet is for porn.
I hate porn.
Grab your dick and double click for porn, porn, porn.
I hate men.
Porn.
I'm leaving. I hate the internet.
The internet is for internet is for internet is for porn.
For porn. That's right. Internet is for porn. That was the beautiful parody Wow Machinima of The Internet is for Porn by Avenue Q. Famed Broadway musical. Moving on, we are going to go ahead and actually play some World of Warcraft covers and music. So we don't only have we have more than shitposts and machinima. We also have this lovely cover of the Song of Elune, one of the beautiful soundtracks that you encounter upon playing in the Night Elf leveling zone. So this is by Smooth McGroove, a very well-known video game a cappella artist. He is great. I would actually recommend you guys watch him on Twitch, twitch.tv/Smooth McGroove, I believe. You can find him on YouTube, but he also is going to be streaming a lot on Twitch on the Pagel server, on the Aligned Side East Coast server as well. So this is a 2-month-old acapella he made. It's like I said, a vanilla Night Elf Zone soundtrack produced by Smooth McGroove himself, who is from Oklahoma and produces exceptional video game covers. He also has a cat who he features a lot in his beautiful acapella videos. So if you like cats are a bonus. And cats are also a reason for why you should subscribe to the man. So here is the video by the dude himself. All right, here we go. my god. Smush it. Beautiful video. Go check him out on twitch.tv/smoothmcgroove. Just like his YouTube name. Well worth your time. You can support him on Patreon as well. If you want to, if you see that value in the content, which I do, certainly. All right. So, yeah, Smooth McGroove. He's actually going to be playing a lot of the game himself. So, there you go. Moving on, we have another musical creation for World of Warcraft. This one is actually an original song and not a cover, made by Cranius Presents. This was made in 2005, before the Burning Crusade era, and it is an original song, so it is not a cover. It's titled Big Blue Dress, and it tells the story of a mage who kicks ass in PvP on Arathi Basin. If you like playing mages and PvP and PvE, this song is right for you. And I actually played vanilla playing a mage. I played the majority of vanilla, all of vanilla actually, with a mage. And so this song I can highly appreciate and will play right about now.
I've been kicking ass since the dawn of time. I'm just a killing man that's reached my killing prime. I burn and I plunder as it suits my desire. The weapon of my choice is great balls of fire. So why, I ask, it just doesn't make much sense that a man of my stature should have to wear a dress. I mean, what may I inquire? Were you thinking on that day when you conjured up for a man like me, a robe that looks so gay? Taught my craft at the dawn of pain. You may not like my methods, but you'll surely know my name. Just think incendiary thoughts and my hands burst into flames. A few moments later and you'll never be the same. So why, I ask, it just doesn't make much sense that a man of my stature should have to wear a dress. I mean, what may I inquire? Were you thinking on that day when you conjured up for a man like me, a robe that looks so gay? Then you hang your head in shame. Like an opportunity to redeem your worthy name. Well, just remember this, when next you look to kill, that a man who's truly skilled can look quite good in twill. So why, I heart. It just doesn't make much sense that a man of my stature should have to wear a dress. I mean, what may I inquire? Were you thinking on that day when you conjured up for a man like me a robe that looks so gay?
Woo! Beautiful. Great song. Love it. Cranius Presents YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/Cranius Presents for more of this kind of stuff. This is a great little original song he made back in the day, years back when you know, the greatest machinima was made. Speaking of machinima, here's another fun one. This one's actually a story. This is a ridiculously funny and yet tragic story of two Alliance gnomes. And this was made by Rurikar. This is actually from Burning Crusade, so technically it's not part of the vanilla WoW era, but nevertheless, I thought this one was worth playing, so we shall play it. And yeah, it's the story of Jimmy. I don't know if anyone has heard of Jimmy's story, but it is quite a one hell of a story. And, you know, you might want to take a seat for this one because it's quite a head breaker. Quite mind-boggling.
Right. Yeah. So, hi, my name's Majachi. I'm a level 69 mage here on Trollbane. This here is Jimmy. He's my best known buddy in the whole world.
Yeah.
Man, we leveled together. We raided together. Jeez, even one time we... never mind. Anyway, me and Jimmy, we were pretty pumped about the Burning Crusade. You know, you just got lots of new monsters. Okay, well, they're new skins of old monsters, whatever. New quests. Okay, well, the same quests, but, you know, better rewards. Okay, well, maybe they're not really better rewards. They're kind of the same armor skins, too. You're kind of lazy, Blizzard. But that's not the point. Burning Crusade, man, we got sweet new abilities, sweet new spells, and me and Jimmy were all over that. Well, you know, we were anyway. You see, me and Jimmy, we kind of had a falling out. When we hit level 64, you know, we headed out to Shathra City. Oh, that was the place. Portals to go to every town, NPCs for everything, man. Shathra was the new Iron Forge. It was the inn. It was a pretty cool place. But, you know, we did this quest, and they told us we needed to pick, you know, between being an Aldor or being a Scryer. And man, like, it didn't make sense. We had already picked Alliance. That meant we were allies. Now they wanted us to pick different paths? You mean I could be on the same team as a Horde? What? That doesn't make any sense. Naturally, I whipped up the Thoughtbot, looked up the rewards. Scryers had a freaking epic mage ring. And hell yes, baby, I'm all over the Professor Plums. That's a clue reference to purple. Anyway, I told Jimmy, let's go Scryer.
Professor
and he turns to me and he goes,
Plum?
dude, I want to be Aldor. And oh my freaking god, did I type WTF so fast. You have no idea. It was just like, WTF, WTF. And Aldor, I said, all they got is a damn blue staff, Jimmy. Screw the blue staffs. We're going for the epics. Epics. Jimmy, man,
woo.
he wasn't taking any of my
The
crap.
epics.
No, dude. I want the blue staff. Did you see the goddamn stats? It should be epic. All right? And that was it. Jimmy picked Aldor right on the spot. He didn't even wait. Just bam, picked Aldor. And you know, I went Scryer. Me and Jimmy, we used to be like brothers. That's like exalted reputation, but all the way up. So it's like /9999 exalted. So anyway, I picked Scryers and bam, me and Jimmy went from being best friends to hostile standings. Jimmy said, you know, he was going to go do some, I don't know, Aldor quest with some of this Aldor crew. And I was just like, whatever, Jimmy. Hand. So, you know, I checked out the Scryer's place. They're pretty cool. There's a sweet elevator. There's giant robot guards. Come on, robots. Freaking blood elves. Oh, yeah, good step. Anyway, you know, they were pretty cool. I went up to the innkeeper and he was like, do you want to bind up my house? And I'm like, bitch, I'm a mage. I can port to this city. I don't want to bind in your home. Anyway, the Scryers were, you know, pretty cool. They had some quests I did. It was good. But But, you know, the more quests I did, the Aldor started to hate me. And I was just like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And little did I know, but, you know, me and Jimmy went from being, you know, exalted to neutral to hostile.
Fucking hostile, man.
And to freaking hated.
Hated.
Damn.
God damn.
And it happened. One of the Blood Elf stews gave me this quest. He told me to go poison the Aldor victory party suit.
Oh, no.
And I was like, dude, I can't do that. Jimmy's an Aldor. That Blood Elf guy didn't even look at me. It was just like I accepted the quest, and then he didn't want to tell me any more information. I thought-botted it. I got the Loke. And I was reading the Thoughtbot, and they're like, Lokes are cheating. And I sent a message on Thoughtbot. I was like, shut up! If you're on Thoughtbot, you're cheating anyway. So, you know, and then anyway, I looked at Loke, and I went to the soup can, and I was like, damn, I can't do this. Jimmy's an Aldor. And I was standing right in front of the soup holding the poison, and bam, Jimmy caught me. And Jimmy just walks right up to me, and he was pissed. And Jimmy's just like, what the hell, man? Are you poisoning our soup? I caught the last bitch trying to do that. You know what I did? Shot a fireball in his face. I was like, Jimmy, I wasn't going to do it. It was just a quest, man. Oh, just a quest, Jimmy says. He's like, just a quest? Yeah? Well, I slept with your goddamn mother. I'm like, what the hell, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Why'd you sleep with my mom? And he's like, duh, it was a quest. I was like, dude, you did not have a quest to sleep with my mom. He's like, yes, I did. Go ask Blizzard. So I did. I sent him a ticket, and I was like, hey,
boy.
is there an Aldor quest where
man.
the objective is to sleep with my mother? And sure enough, I had to wait like 4 hours because, you know, Blizzard response team is awesome. And then they're like, they get back to me and they're like, hi, this is Blizzard representative, blah, 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 role-playing crap, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, whatever, just give me my damn answer. And they're like, and I had to wait 5 more minutes because apparently it takes them an hour to spell check whatever the hell they're saying. Anyway, they were like, please delete your WTF folder and disable all custom user face add-ons. And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? They're like, sir, could you please install World of Warcraft? And I'm like, dude, I just want to know if there's a quest. Have a nice day by the light of a loon. Poof, and then the GM was gone. Blizzard customer service. Anyway, some goddamn role players. I don't know. So it got pretty bad between me and Jimmy. You know, I kept pulling pranks on each other. I kept doing Scryer quests that screwed over Aldor, and he kept doing Aldor quests that screwed over everybody, and it just got bad. And then one day, I went to the auction house, and I saw Jimmy had bid on a sweet mage staff. I didn't really want the mage staff, but, you know, you make a ton of money in Burning Crusade, so, you know, I was just like, buy out, bam. Then I ran to my mailbox, I grabbed that staff, I ran back, Jimmy was still standing there, and I opened trade with him, and Jimmy was just like, what the hell, man? I had the bid on that, and it was on short. What? Why'd you do that? And I was just like, because you went Aldor, bitch. And then I took that staff, bam, disenchanted on the goddamn spot. Oh, Jimmy was pissed. He was just all like, I'm a-charging my fireball. And I'm like, don't do it, Jimmy. He's like, I'm a-firing my fireball. And I was like, bam, counterspell. And man, that counterspell pissed off Jimmy. Because Jimmy, he didn't spec for improved counterspell. So he was just like, ugh. And then he did it. He just pulled right on the spot. He was there, disappeared. He just probably like kicked his computer over. I don't even know. And then I never saw him again. That was the last of Jimmy. A week later, you know, I sent his mom a telling game, and I was like, hey, Mrs. Jimmy, where's Jimmy been at? And she sends me the triple dot.
Triple dot.
Like, oh, shit.
Not the triple dot.
The triple dot. Ah, triple dot. Always bad news. And slowly, you know, I had to wait, and then she said it. I can't believe she said it. She was just all like, he's playing EverQuest. Damn. Yeah, so as you can see, Burning Crusade broke up the friendship of me and my best friend. Doesn't matter how much Runecloth I donate towards his family. Jimmy ain't ever coming back. So the moral of this story, kids, is you better damn well be careful about which faction you pick when you head up to Shathra at level 63, 62, it doesn't matter. You better be damn careful. Because EverQuest sucks.
Yeah, fucking EverQuest. Lame-ass, old-ass, motherfucking head-ass game. All right, you heard it. Anyway, yeah, the tragic story of two nerds fighting over dumb stuff, you know. Not you know, pretty unique stuff, right? Online gaming and whatnot. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of online gaming and people breaking bonds and getting mad and doing dumb shit and ruining their friendships by doing it, here's a video of the well-known, the legend himself, the paladin that once was Leroy Jenkins from the Alliance Guild Pals. This is a group of people who took a moment to talk over a dungeon strategy in a 15-minute dungeon. 15-man, sorry, not a 15-minute dungeon. That would be tragic. This is a group of people that are talking about a strategy in the Upper Blackrock Spire, one of the only 15-man dungeons, perhaps the only one. And unfortunately, the following Alliance Paladin decides to charge into an army of dragon whelps, angering Khaleesi. All right, here goes. Here goes. The good old school stuff.
Okay, guys. These eggs have given us a lot of trouble in the past. Does anybody need anything off this guy, or can we bypass him?
I think Leroy needs something from this guy.
Oh, he needs those devout shoulders? Isn't he a paladin?
Yeah, but that'll help him heal better. He'll have more mana.
Christ. Okay, well, what we'll do, I'll run in first, gather up all the eggs so we can kind of just, blast them all down with AoE. I will use Intimidating Shout to kind of scatter them so we don't have to fight a whole bunch of them at once. When my shout's done, I'll need Anthony to come in and drop his shout too, so we can keep them scattered and not have to fight too many. When his is done, Bass, of course, will need to run in and do the same thing. We're going to need Divine Intervention on our mages, so they can AE, so we can, of course, get them down fast, because we're bringing all these guys. I mean, we'll be in trouble if we don't take them down quick. I think it's a pretty good plan. We should be able to pull it off this time. What do you think, Abdul? Can you give me a number crunch real quick?
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm coming up with 32.33, repeating, of course, percentage of survival.
Oh, that's a lot better than we usually do.
All right,
chums up. Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Oh my god, he just ran in. Save him!
Oh, geez, stick to the plan.
Oh, Jesus. Let's go.
Stick to the plan, Shove.
Stick to the plan.
Oh, gee. Oh, fuck.
Give me Divine Intervention.
Hurry up.
Shout. He's saying I can't cast. I can't move. Am I lagging, guys?
I can't move. What the hell? I can't AE. Oh my god.
The eggs keep spawning. More respawning.
I don't think you can cast with that shit. Oh my god.
Shout.
We got him.
Get off. I got it. Take it off.
Come on, stay down.
Oh my god.
God damn it, Leroy.
God damn the voice quality, though. Good old school Ventrilo,
This is ridiculous.
Dumbass.
Apex Legends shit quality mics.
God damn it.
And servers for audio.
God.
Oh, Spiffy res us.
Why do you do this shit, Leroy?
I'm trying.
It's not my fault.
Who's soul stoned?
We do have a soul stone up, don't we?
Anthony, you got soul stones?
Warlock.
Yep, and then here's the wipe.
Oh,
for fuck's sake, yep.
Great job. For Christ's sake. Leroy, you were just stupid as hell.
Fucking stupid ass paladin.
Oh, man.
Having fun. How dare he have fun? You know what I mean? And here on Murloc Madness, we are not done yet. We are not done. We have more fun content. This is more people raging, but yeah, I don't think that guild in the Upper Blackrock Spire stayed pals anymore. With the guild name Pals, I don't think they stayed pals with Leroy after that. Boy, do I love myself some Alliance incompetence. But here's a video of a dude who is filming his brother getting mad about his mother. About their mother deleting and canceling his WoW subscription. So I think this video is perhaps asking for, some World of Warcraft priest to exorcise this kid. Yeah, I think we might need a WoW priest.
Okay, my mom just canceled my brother's World of Warcraft account, and he is freaking out. What? Oh my god. Baby boy! Damn it, bro!
Disclaimer, there is a little bit of butt but sex play going on here. So we're on the verge of breaking the terms of service with this one. He wants to run away and never come back. He's not running away. He's just...
I swear! You'll never see me again!
I'll never see you. You're still here, buddy. You're still here. Okay, go hide in the closet. Oh, or come out of it naked. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And here goes. Choking on a TV remote.
Is this what you want? For me to hate my life? But I hate my life! It's fine! I swear I hate it! I hate it here! Shut up!
Yeah, you punched that bet, all right. All right. He's gonna go get a Mountain Dew now to appease his soul. Yep. And that's, the greatest freak out ever. Apparently this is real, but I honestly think this is perhaps staged. I don't think this is actually a real video because I'll tell you what. This video was made in 2009, May of 2009, and then apparently there's a part 2 to this. So we're not done here, guys. There's a follow-up to this story with the two bros here. So here goes, part number 2. This was made in June, like a month later. So I think this is actually staged, but nevertheless, this is good shitpost content worthy of showcasing on Murloc Madness. Here goes.
Okay, my brother's playing a game online, and somebody keeps betraying him, and he doesn't know who it is, and it's secret with me because I'm on my mom's laptop. All right, listen to him. He's flipping out. Shh. Dude, freaking wow. Stop freaking betraying me! I'm on your team! Every time you kill me, it says you betrayed me, retard!
Oh,
it
the
takes
R
no
word.
points for the freaking team!
Welp.
Stop freaking betraying me! Oh my god! You freaking like that, yeah. And now I betrayed you. Dude, okay. Stop! Stop!
Stop yelling! Stop!
Freaking stop!
Just stop it! Stop feeding the enemy! Oh, God fucking damn it.
Stop! Stop!
The dog. Poor
You're
doggo.
freaking retarded!
Okay.
Stephen, that is enough! Get off the computer!
Mom!
I'm sick of listening to this.
Okay, that's the gist of it. We get the memo. Mom's mad. He's mad. The whole family's mad. It's running in the genes. Except for, that precious other bro dude who's got the Justin Bieber haircut, unfortunately for him. But speaking of toxicity and rage in online gaming, here's a video of people harassing each other on Ventrilo, which is what people used back in the day, back before the days of Discord, when people utilized Mumble, TeamSpeak, Vent, and Skype. Back in my day, especially Vent. Ventrilo was the place for World of Warcraft voice comms. The good old days of shitty quality audio outputs that remind me a little bit of Apex Legends or Ape-Sex Legends, which is what this video kind of sounds like. Ape sex, apes moaning and having coitus, perhaps? Let's check this one out. Brace yourselves. All right. Huge fucking laser. Warning. I'm a firing my laser is about to happen.
Oh, dude, 4 strength, 4 stam, leather belt. Level 18.
See, once I get this guy to level 30, I'll start leveling my room.
Level 18. Shut up. What are you doing?
So he's muted.
Okay. Strength 4 stam, leather belt.
What the hell?
4 strength, 4 stam, leather belt.
Joe, is that you and the other one too?
What? No.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, 4 strength,
No,
4
it's
stam,
not.
leather belt.
What the hell?
It sounds just like Joe.
It
Oh,
is.
dude,
It
4
is.
strength, 4
No, it's
stam.
not! Yeah, dude.
Alright, obviously it's not. Oh, dude, 4 strength, 4 stam, leather belt.
We're not done. We're not done yet.
That's definitely Joe.
Is it Joe? Or is it a soundboard?
No, it's not. He's been coming in there doing it.
What the hell?
Oh, dude, 4 strength, 4 stam, leather belt.
Oh, dude, 4 strength, 4 stam, leather belt.
Who the hell are you, Arnold?
Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
Does anyone know this kid?
Leather belt, leather belt, leather belt, leather belt.
Joe.
What?
Do you know this kid?
Obviously not if you read what's in his comment.
You guys all moved down his channel?
Oh, dude, 4 strength, 4 stam, leather belt.
Yep, yeet that soundboard. You go ahead and, as the kids say, yeet that motherfucking soundboard out of the channel. Back when toxicity was kind of fun, you know, people used soundboards were a thing for years now, and so were TPS reports. Remember Office Space, y'all? Anyone remembers Office Space, the famous American comedy from 1999? Well, apparently Peter Gibbons actually played World of Warcraft instead of actually finishing his TPS reports in this clip from Office Space. Here goes.
So, Peter, what's happening? Now, are you going to go ahead and have those TPS reports for us this afternoon?
No. In fact, look, I'm gonna have to ask you to go ahead and just come back another time. I got a meeting with the Bobs in a couple of minutes.
Somewhere else you'd rather be? Join over 7 million players in an online world of legendary adventure. World of Warcraft. Try it for free at warcraft.com. Rated T for teen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
WorldofWarcraft.com. Back in the day, we had cool ads like these. Y'all are missing out. Anyway, moving on. We've got more commercials like these, though. This one's from G4. The G4 was a popular gaming show on television back in the day. And Jeff Keighley was actually Jeff Keighley. I don't fucking know how to pronounce his name, but G4 was a popular gaming show back when, Twitch was not as relevant and popular. People had, gaming dedicated shows like G4. And in this commercial, there's a wife using World of Warcraft as birth control. So apparently WoW is not only for incels and virgin neckbeards, but for women looking to reduce their partner's sexual libido. Here goes.
Hi. Like a lot of women, I had a pretty common problem. My boyfriend constantly craved sex. I was exhausted and worried about getting pregnant. The whole thing put a big strain on our relationship. Then I heard about World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is an online role-playing game and birth control device that's been discovered by millions of people all over the world. World of Warcraft has been effectively proven to reduce the male libido by allowing users to join guilds, make and sell virtual pouches, and fight centaurs. Within days of using World of Warcraft, my boyfriend's sex drive had almost completely disappeared. And by the time he had a level 43 character, our problems with intimacy were a distant memory. Hey baby, do you want to come to bed?
Not now. My night elf is mining.
Thanks, World of Warcraft. Now I have time to figure out why I don't want to sleep with my boyfriend.
Woo-woo!
Long-term use of World of Warcraft may result in bloating, rapid weight gain, and repeated use of the word goblin. Also, your girlfriend will probably have sex with somebody else.
God dang. Imagine not wanting to have sex every day, though. That's kind of sad, no? Isn't it? Anyway. Moving on to the next video, another commercial. We've got a few. This one is a beverage commercial. We actually have two of those, Mountain Dew and Coke. This one is from Mountain Dew. What happens when Facebook, Karen, and Stacy meet up at the near supermarket? Find out in this following commercial for Mountain Dew. Yeah, the Cougars are on the rise. All the girl gamers are getting back too. Girl gamers, yeah. I'm not kidding. Oh God, it's replaying again. Anyway, that was Mountain Dew. Yeah, Mountain Dew was quite the fancy beverage back in that day. But so is Coca-Cola. And in this commercial, we have corny and yet wholesome plot. This commercial is actually from China, and it has a bit of a nice commentary on the sexualization of, female characters in video games. But ironically, they still are wearing skimpy combat in this one, so I don't know about that. But let's see this. Let's see this commercial for Coca-Cola. World of Warcraft collab.
哎，越要惹火就越热卖，明白吗？
不要。No.
不要什么意思？
不要就是不要。
No means no. That's right. Grab your Coca-Cola, girls, because it is time to kick some incel ass in World of Warcraft Vanilla once again. And apparently, girl gamers were also a thing. Yes, there might have not been as many female video gamers back in the old days, but we certainly had a lot of fans of metal music. Metal was quite popular in the early 2000s of gaming, and with that, obviously, Blizzard just had to get the lead singer of Kiss to promote WoW. Blizzard's always good with marketing, so here's proof. Literal proof of great marketing with Ozzy Osbourne promoting World of Warcraft.
I'm Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm the Prince of Darkness.
Cut the
Lich King is the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy.
Well, maybe you're the one who's been riding a crazy train, but I've been the Prince of Darkness since 1979.
There can be only one Prince of Darkness.
World of Warcraft. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
Yeah.
What's your game?
Fucking hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Ozzy Osbourne, you know, asking for Sharon to help him out with killing the Lich King. And yeah, female gamers were not many in World of Warcraft back in the day, but there were still a bunch of them. And Ronda Rousey, you know, actually played World of Warcraft too. And female gamers can actually kick your ass, and not only in video games, but in real life, just like Ronda Rousey, UFC female champion, in this interview with Conan O'Brien.
You also...
Hold on. I don't know why he keeps auto-playing, dang it.
I'm told, are a pretty serious video game fanatic. Is that right?
I mean, yeah, I was a socially awkward kid, so I've been playing Pokemon for like 19 years. And that's actually how me and Vin Diesel became friends, was I was on Fast 7, and his sister found out that I play World of Warcraft. And so, like, every night after filming, we would, like, go over to his place and, like, set up computers on, like, other sides of the room, be like, okay, we're gonna go to this dungeon, we're gonna go do this. And we would,
That's
like,
what Vin Diesel does in his off time, too?
Yeah, it's like, you know.
So Vin Diesel's in the corner, and he's like, what character does he like to be?
I think he had, like, a Draenei, like, druid or something like that. I don't think they can be druids, actually, but he had some kind of a druid. And I started off with a night elf hunter, like most people do. And he recommended that I be a rogue, so then I got myself a blood elf rogue, and I actually really like her a lot. And I can, like, interact with people online.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
And also, I think I reviewed that game for a video gaming company. I'm supposed to know this stuff, but I never do. I never know what I'm doing when I
just like talking to people online. They have no clue who I am, and just, like, you know, be able to have genuine interactions with people, and they're just nice just because, and I like it.
Would you ever have the nerve to ask someone you didn't know on, hey, what do you think of that Ronda Rousey? Would you ever do that?
No, I wouldn't want to, like, taint the experience and be like, you know, now I have to kill you with my hunter, you know?
That's right. Ronda Rousey could kick you, suplex you onto the bathroom floor in real life and in a video game. Watch out. She might kill you in vanilla. All right. And she's now actually the only one who plays World of Warcraft. Mila Kunis, actually, the star of the 70s show, Ukrainian Jewish actress Mila Kunis, talks about playing the game herself on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2008. She played a mage back then, apparently. Not a hunter, but she was a caster. So even you know, even the frail girls could kick your ass in the game. So careful of Mila. Yeah, she's Ukrainian.
Well, I know this is a video game, and I heard you're a video game fanatic.
You are going to bring this up.
I find it hard to believe that you are a video game. Like, how fanatical are you about video games?
Let's just say that I had to quit the game for a good going on a year now.
Which one?
World of Warcraft.
Okay, you call it just the game. That's how serious you are about it.
Well, no. Well, listen. The problem is, if anyone plays Warcraft...
They do. People do. Yeah.
Have you played it?
I've not, but I've watched my son play it. Yeah. He may have killed you a time or two. I don't know. He's good.
I'm really good. I don't know. Like, I'm a really kick-ass
Tell people
man.
how it works, because it's you have, like, teams, right?
Well, no, you're your own person, and then you can get into a guild.
Right.
And that's
guild.
what you like. Well, yeah, you gotta be in a guild, because you gotta do raids that, you know, require 30 to 40 people, but now with the expansion pack, they're gonna have raids that only require, like, 10 people.
Oh, good.
So it'll make things a lot easier.
She knows her shit, folks. She ain't faking it. So don't you dare call her a fake gamer girl.
It's such a good game. I love it so
It's
much.
fun, right? Because then people put on headphones and they talk to each other.
Unlike Ventrilo, but now they updated it, so you don't even need that anymore. You can just do it straight through the game.
Well, you can talk to people, right?
I can't talk because I said something once and somebody recognized my voice.
Really?
Yeah, that was the end of that. But I did it with, like, my twin character, my other character, so it was okay. So I never went back with my other character.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds like a lot of fun. So you and who else is in your guild?
In my big guild? Okay,
Well,
so we have a... Okay. Oh, my God. All right.
You don't have to name them all.
No,
but give me
I'll just say we have a channel. That's like my friends, the people that I actually know in real life.
people you want to, friends that you want to kill on.
Yes, well, no, we're on the same team. We're all aligned.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm in a guild, and in this guild, I know nobody.
Okay.
They all think I'm either, like, a teacher
I think I was an architect at one point because I traveled so much and I was on to different time zones and nobody understood what I did.
Oh, I see.
So I was like, oh, I'm an architect and I travel a lot. And they were like,
Time
oh,
zones
like,
and all.
What with it?
Yeah.
And I know nobody.
Because they're 8, by the way. That's why.
I'm 12, by the way. BTW. Fortnite squeaker.
And they would have said, oh, awesome. I'm playing from the moon right now. and now you're in this Max. Did you play the Max Payne video game?
And there you go. That's Mila Kunis, who doesn't play WoW anymore, actually. She admitted to having to quit the game because she didn't have enough time for it. It is a time investment, but, you know, as a Hollywood star, you got to keep up with, you know, the real work. You know, World of Warcraft might seem like a lot of work, but so is, you know, being an actress at Hollywood. I have one more video to close this off with. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was Murloc Madness. And here is one more video. This is a machinima of The Night Before Christmas. This is a parody of a well-known Christmas poem, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And this was made by a bunch of animators, machinima animators of current day and age. Some of them are actually going to be playing on Twitch, streaming the game live. And this was a great project and a cover of a Christmas song called 'Twas the Night Before WoW Classic. Ah, the wonderful night before the, you know, the DDoS attacks and the server crashes and the potential error updates, etc. You know, hopefully it'll be a smooth launch, but we'll see. Anyway, here's one final shit post for the stream. Here goes.
'Twas the night before Classic, and all through the land, players wanted to see the servers launching firsthand. Their games downloaded, ready to play with care, with dreams of a smooth launch that could not compare. The gamers were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of loot danced in their heads. The world of Azeroth I soon will see. Thank God I got my bottle, in case I need to pee. I won't see the sun. Man, I'll be fatter. At least I'll be the one to collect all of the Stranglethorn chapter. When I'm 40, I'll get my mount. Oh boy, I'll be fast. I'll stick it to the Alliance. They can kiss my ass. Wait, what's this bullcorn? I'll stick it to the Horde. They can kiss my ass.
The lands of Hillsbrad will be covered in blood. Bodies will fall and crash with a thud. When, what to my wondering eyes saw, boy, I was floored. But a giant war between Alliance and Horde.
For the Alliance! For the Horde!
I ran to South Shore to beg for some aid. The warrior did laugh and lifted his blade. The battle was intense. Weapons connected with a clash. The tide was turned. I bet we gave him whiplash.
In Blackwing Lair, we proceeded with caution. But it wasn't a surprise, the mechanics we had forgotten. The raid leader spoke, his voice with a shout. If you die on this boss, I swear I'll kick you out. Now priests, now hunters, now paladins and warriors, on druids, on rogues, on mages and warlocks. Listen to your raid lead's calls. Yes, listen to your highness. If not, then that is a 50 DKP minus.
In Warsong Gulch, the spells did fly, where pyroblasts were casted like the 4th of July. The druids run, with travel forms they flew. Alas, finally, another cap for the blue. But the Forsaken, they moved, so lively, so quick. In Orcish they typed, you can suck my dick. More rapid than wyverns, the orcs did come. At this point, boy, I knew I was done.
In Ironforge, a player did stand, covered in epics that could be seen from all across the land. His weapon was glowing and enchanted to peak performance. By the light, the time he spent must have been abhorrent. The noob wandered the drag, not a penny in hand. Let's just say his questing did not go as planned. Please, sir, 1 gold is all you need to spare. The troll just sighed and shot him a glare.
In Elven, the creeks flowed with water. The fire stalked the lands wanted for manslaughter. By the lake, the murlocs rustled with their incessant groaning. At least we can take refuge in Goldshire, just ignore the moaning. The golden fields of the barrens rolled on for miles, with quests to gather super hooves exactly 15 piles. I swear, if this doesn't drop it, I'll stab myself with a knife. By the way, can you guys please stop asking for Manquo's wife?
Soon we will be there. Classic will finally start. I smile knowing my life will soon fall apart. I finally play the game with my old peers, and I know we've all been waiting for the past 15 years. We'll run dungeons and farm some loot, level with speed and optimize our route. The old world is something we all have missed? Yeah, sure, play a balanced druid, I said with a clenched fist.
The clock struck 12. The launch did officially start. Excitement seemed to flutter through my heart. I can't believe it. The wait is finally over. My life will be consumed by a classic WoW takeover. The servers have launched. The end is near. I press join world and wipe away a tear. I entered the land, Dun Moreau bathed in white. Merry Classic to all, and to all a good night.
And there you go. 'Twas the night before WoW Classic. I think there's yeah.
So this video has been a couple months in the making, and it's really important to me because I wanted to get all of the content creators that have either worked with me since the beginning or inspired me to start my channel in the first place. So thank you to everybody involved in this project, and I strongly recommend checking out their work because you won't be disappointed. And I'd like to thank my patrons too, like Bodhi, Asteo, Mixpazitron, Muwaki, Juden, Caleb Biglin, Lagging Balls, Happytron, Half Finished, Gurka Blue Moon, Master Haran, MKP Mods, and for the Horde. And all these other people too. Thank you guys so much.
And there you have it.
We're at the end of an era now. The game is going to come out, so I hope you guys have fun. Woo! And I'll see you guys on the other side.
I certainly will try.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, this was the Night Before Classic by Platinum WoW at 6654. If you want to check him out, you can go to YouTube and you can check out all the other content creators involved, like McConnell and Krender, and some of the other. Yeah, there are a lot of people involved in this one certainly, but we are heading for the last few parts of this first episode of WoW Classic Radio. Heading back home to Azeroth. Sweet, sweet home Azeroth. Ladies and gentlemen, we are nearing the end of our first episode of Classic Radio. And with that in mind, we are heading over to a segment called, wait for it, the Mailbox. FAQ time, boys. If you have any questions about World of Warcraft Classic and me and my journey with the game, now's the time to ask your questions. Let me go ahead and scroll over the chat, see if I missed any other question that was asked earlier regarding the game. Anyone in Gehenna's PvP server, asks Chew Combo. I'm not going to be playing on there. That sounds like a EU server, and I'm on the North American side, so unfortunately I will not be playing on there. I believe someone else asked something relating to the game. I can't find the question now. I'm scrolling through the chat here really quickly. What part of Classic are you looking forward to the most, says Steady Prism? This was mentioned earlier. I was talking about this earlier, about how I'm finally going to be able to do the things that I never did as a kid. When I grew up playing WoW at 13. I never did all of the endgame hardcore content. I've never done Molten Core, Zul'Gurub, Naxxramas. So I'm gonna actually get to experience a lot of the content from vanilla that I have never found the time or opportunity or the right guild to do it with. So that is what I am looking forward to the most, and the journey, more importantly, in itself. The long journey is going to be digested in its entirety. Economicon asks, do you intend to expedite leveling or immerse in zone questing? I think I will be immersing myself more than anything else. I will not be rushing my way to 60, that is for sure. Because I intend on playing World of Warcraft for, like I said, a very long while, while also potentially playing other games on the stream. And no, I did not know that Henry Cavill played World of Warcraft. This was mentioned by Calantris earlier. But yeah, like I said, I will be playing on the Horde side. For anyone wanting to know, I will be rolling Horde. I already reserved my 3 character names. One is a mage. My main character is going to be a rogue, and another one is a druid Tauren, I believe. So all 3 are reserved and are readily available for play. They're all on the same server, Fairlina. For anyone wanting to know, I will be rolling on Fairlina, PvP East Coast server. I chose it because it was on my time zone and because a lot of other personalities are also going to be playing on it. So I'm looking forward to the dynamics of the content creators battling each other on the different factions. There seems to be quite a lot of people going on the Horde side for Fairlina, which is what I'm playing on, the server that I'm playing on. And I am playing Horde, Undead. I'm going to be playing an Undead Rogue, and then a Troll Mage, and a Tauren Druid, like mentioned earlier. Hopefully no one ganks me. The only thing that I'm not looking forward to is, potential people stream sniping me and doing so in open world PvP. That's going to suck. And thank God I'm not a popular channel yet. I imagine a lot of the big beasts, the big broadcasters on Twitch are going to have a bit of a pain dealing with stream snipers and people on the opposing faction harassing them. And harassment is probably going to be unfortunately a bit of a thing, especially on this first day of release of Classic WoW. DDoS attacks are potentially going to be happening and going down, so let's pray for the best, y'all. Let's hope for a smooth launch. One that perhaps surpasses the smooth of the launch of that was Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, one of the best MMO launches of recent date that I've experienced. But yes, obscene server queues and server crashes and errors are about to happen. And we had quite a fiasco back when Diablo 3 was released. That was no fun in itself. There were server queues in there as well, and so with that in mind, Blizzard is probably going to be dealing with that, but hopefully they've got their shit together, which they haven't really proven that they've had recently. So let's pray for the best, and and even if the crashes do happen, even if all of this shit and chaos is going to be going down, I think it's still going to be fun. I think there's some beauty in the chaos that might potentially happen. There's always some hilarity and comedic relief that can be found from tragedy like that. It's not at the end of the day, it's a video game, right? People are going to be mad. Some people are going to be expressing their anger about the launch of the game. That is bound to happen, and it is probably going to be a topic of discussion on the next episode of Classic Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, this was episode 1 of Classic Radio, going back home to Azeroth, sweet home Azeroth. Thank you for watching, and I want to thank all of you out there who supported today. Thank you for tuning in, for watching, for chatting it up, keeping it live and interactive. As always, thank you for your company and your presence. I will not be interacting as much as I usually do on this show as far as reading chat and bouncing off of comments goes, because I want to be as invested as I planned on being with this new project that I launched today and that I had prepared over the last few days, and I hope you guys all had a kick with it. I certainly enjoyed myself creating this little thing, and I will be uploading this on YouTube for the record, so if any of you happen to have missed it, do not falter. If you've missed the majority of this episode, I will be uploading it for rewatching time on YouTube, and you can always check out the VOD if you prefer that. But this will be going up on YouTube, and yeah, you'll be able to view it at any point in the future. So I'll make sure to edit the parts out because we are going to be heading over to some World of Warcraft gameplay very, very soon. I believe the servers are already live. I'm kind of happy to not be in the server queues right now. I'm not really looking forward to that, but it's going to be fun maybe to sit around and wait and to have some chill time. Thank you again, subscribers, viewers, people who tuned in. Really appreciate the support. If you want to see this series thrive, if you enjoyed any of this, make sure to subscribe. If you haven't already, if you wanna go above and beyond in supporting the broadcast, consider subscribing, as it helps me maintain the sort of work. You know, there's a lot of time put into this outside of the broadcast. You know, there's a lot of behind the scenes that goes into this kind of stuff, so any monetary support is immensely appreciated, and any of it will go towards being able to keep this up, obviously. If you would like to go even further than subscribing, consider supporting on Patreon for a dollar a month. Or if you want to choose Patreon over subscriptions, that's fine too. I would encourage it. You know, bits and tips are also accepted, right? Any monetary fund that happens during these episodes will be thanked appropriately at the end of every classic radio episode. And again, shout out to Total Biscuit once again. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have been the person that I am today, and I wouldn't have been inspired to create this first episode. Again, if you haven't followed the channel, do so, right? So that you can stay notified of these of this series. And yeah, I'll be playing a lot of World of Warcraft on this Twitch broadcast, twitch.tv/IcyVolk, with your man, Spicy Icy Volk. Whatever the fuck you want to call me, that's right. But this is it. This is the end of the first episode. I hope all of you loved it. I certainly did. I love being part of this and presenting this to you. And let me know if you want to see another one of these. If you really want episode 2 to happen, let me know in a comment on Discord. If you want to give me a suggestion, you can do so as well, especially moderators. If you're a moderator in the channel, please feel free to give me suggestions on the mod channel as well. And maybe we can coordinate some things and get the show rolling and kind of improved in certain ways. So with that said, I am going to go take a break. We're going to keep the channel live. And I'm going to get some food in my belly, maybe another cup of coffee. And we'll wait in queue, I guess. You know, I'll have the camera back on and whatnot, so stick around. We're going to be playing WoW in about 10-15 minutes, maybe earlier than that. So we'll be back soon. Thank you for tuning in on Classic Radio Episode 1, the launch episode. See you around in Azeroth, folks. See you soon.